Hello, everybody. This is Infiniti, and welcome to the Evolve Now show live with me, Infiniti. It is Monday, September 12th already. We're like halfway through this month, which is really incredible that that's happening. It is 1 p.m. here in the Pacific. We're going to give it a few minutes here for people to come in, hopefully join me here live, which is always what I prefer, to have people here with me, obviously. So I'm getting here on YouTube. I simulcast on YouTube as well. And that's basically it. For now, I may be simulcasting in other places coming up soon. But for now, it is just YouTube and Fireside chat. So you can join me here on YouTube, and I see the chat there, and then here also on Fireside. So welcome, Marwan, for joining. Feel free to comment if you like as we get into this. I'm going to spend a couple minutes, though, while we wait, talking about Sweetwater Labs NYC. It's a great store that I fell in love with a few months ago, and I did briefly, I think, talk about them last week. But because I just got some great things from them, I wanted to share because they're brand new. And so first off, I got this bracelet. It is she makes several bracelets that are all the same thing. So rose quartz, turquoise, citrine, amethyst, etc., etc. This is the one that has everything. And then, such a sweetheart, she sent me another one. This is Mystic Agate. This is just a single small bracelet. This one can either be a necklace or a bracelet. So I'm super stoked on that. It's absolutely beautiful. And it has this really, really cute elephant charm. I think it's absolutely adorable. So I literally just picked all of this up today from the post office. Got here really fast from New York. So cross country, I think it was mailed on Friday. I got it on Monday. Super, super quick turnaround. But I wanted to share a couple of the things that I absolutely love. So this first one is the rose face oil. This is the large size, or the actual regular size of their rose face oil. When I first got this, I got their sample set. So it came in like basically half that size, but you don't need a lot. It lasts a long time. And it is absolutely wonderful. It says 100% natural, anti-aging, antibacterial, ultra hydrating, and healing. And I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. You would think, oh, oil on the face, that sounds a little scary, but it's not. It's absolutely beautiful. It's wonderful at night before bed. It's wonderful in the morning before you put your makeup on. I use a powder, and I absolutely love this before I put on my makeup. And I have obviously thick, curly, coarse hair. So and I don't use basically really anything in it, but I was just guided to just take a few drops and put it in my hair to kind of help the frizzies a little bit. And not only does it smell fantastic, but it really did a great job, and only took a little bit. So I've got to tell her, I just put this in my hair. It's wonderful. Okay, so next up is the Rosewater and Aloe Mist Toner. This is a full size. I think it's only like $23. Comes in this really nice glass bottle, and it is a mist and a toner. So you can put it on your face. You can just mist yourself with it, with this beautiful, it's 100%. Let me tell you what it is. Rose water's calming properties reduces redness and irritation, nourishes and protects skin's natural barriers. Aloe heals and hydrates, clean, beautiful formula. It's pure rose water, organic aloe, and vegetable glycerin in this bottle. And it smells really nice. It's very light. You could just spray it over yourself and your face, use it as a toner. So it's the first time I got this, but I was definitely compelled to get this. So I was super excited about that. Okay, next up, another thing I've not tried yet. This is new to me, but the reviews were amazing and everything that she produces is wonderful. It's Under Eye Remedy and reduces dark circles, puffiness, softens fine lines, and nourishes skin. And the reason why I got it is because I do get a bit dark up in here. I don't really get puffy, but I do have kind of the darkness, and that's just kind of always been like that. Doesn't matter if I get 12 hours sleep or 2 hours sleep. It's just a thing. But apparently this works really great to combat that. So I'm super stoked on that. I'm going to be starting to use that tonight because I just got a little bit ago. And then the other thing I wanted to share that I absolutely love, I love all this stuff, is these are, you heard of wax melts, like for smelling, like to put in a burner, that sort of thing. This is the Rose. I love Rose. So this is the Rose Ultra Moisturizing Bath Melt. So instead of a wax melt that you just put in a thing to smell, this is for your bath. And it is ultra hydrating. I love this so much, either in conjunction with my bath brews that I do, or just on its own when I haven't had time to make a whole thing for myself for my bath. I use this, and I don't even use a whole piece. I use like maybe half a piece, and that does it. It just wonderful smell and very nourishing, very hydrating in your bath. I highly recommend their bath melts. I've just gotten Rose. I know she has other ones as well, but I love the Rose. So I got it again as I was almost out and I didn't want to be without. All right. And then last up are her natural perfume rollers. This was what I got a few months ago. And they're just the small size. You can get a sample set of the small sizes, or you can get the full size that are like this big. And I like to combo it. So I just did earlier before I went out, I did the Rose and the Jasmine. Both of those scents are like at the top of my love list. And this other one is a mix. But anyway, I put that on and went to the store, and the lady there was like, wow, you smell amazing. What is that? And she was smelling my perfume, the 100% natural flower perfumes. And I really highly recommend them. There's more that I've tried and stuff, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I did want to share that with you. She did send me, these are samples of, this is the rice water and cucumber facial essence. You just like spray this on your face. Oh my God, I absolutely love it. I love doing this after I wash my face and before I put on my rose oil. It feels really, really good. This is, I have not tried this yet. She made this at the beginning of the summer. It's called Bug Off, 100% natural bug repellent and anti-itch spray. I hope I don't need this anymore, but I'm sure that it works great. It smells really good too. And then last but not least is the Glow Toner. You would use this after you wash your face, before you put on your rose oil. And I just looked it up because I hadn't seen it, and she just sent it to me. It's AHA acids plus seaweed, brightens, gently exfoliates, and nourishes. So this is a great, apparently, I'm sure it smells really good too, to put as a toner after you cleanse your face and before you do your oils and stuff. So those are the things I wanted to share with you from Sweetwater Labs NYC. I love this store so much. And if you use the code MAGIC, you'll get 11% off of your order whenever you order. And she will also add an extra goodie or two to your shipment every single time. So I highly recommend trying them out. If not for you, then as gifts. I know this is, heavy with the probably more female than male would be into this stuff, but these would make great gifts for any woman in your life for sure. And men can use bath melts, men can use facial oil, men can use, it's just usually it's a woman thing, but men can use all this stuff too. Take care of yourself, pamper yourself with 100% natural products from Sweetwater Labs NYC. And what's wonderful about what they do is that you can really feel that nature, that natural energy with it, and the love and care that they put into what they make, just fully through it. And that's why I was guided to it, and that's why I gravitate to it, towards them so much and what they do, because of that symbiotic relationship with nature, with Mother Gaia. And if she gives me the okay to use something, I am all in. So anyway, so there's Sweetwater Labs. All right, let's get into 111 here in the Pacific. So today we're going to get into the topic is oracle cards. And that was it was like, oh, really? Because I didn't know what I was like tuning in. What is the topic going to be for today? And when that came through, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Then one of my clients said, hey, I was going to bring that up in our next meeting to ask you about oracle cards. She has a thing with her son today, so she's probably going to have to catch the replay. But and then somebody else mentioned something about it too. So I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad that this is hitting where people are gonna, want this information. Oh, I lost. Hey, John. Thanks for joining. Where did I put? Oh, is it there? There we go. We're back to YouTube. Okay, so oracle cards. And how they're different from tarot cards. So first of all, they're very, very, very different than tarot cards. Learning tarot or tarot is like going on a 100-mile hike kind of thing if you're really going to get into them and learn them and understand it, especially the Hermetic tarot. It's all baked in with the tree of life and the Kabbalah and all that stuff. And it truly is deep, deep, deep as, when it comes to tarot. And a lot of it is left to either interpretation or your actual guidance and your intuition, your channeling and that sort of thing. Not that that's not the case with oracle, but it is definitely more so with tarot. And what I time and time again get guided to do and use with my clients in my private sessions with my clients is not tarot so much, but oracle, because it's very straightforward. And although we can get additional information that comes through the oracle, for sure, and I always do, and we usually do, it's very, very straightforward. There's not a whole lot of like, what's this about? And et cetera, et cetera. What is this? What could this mean? Because it really could be. And that's why with tarot, there's spreads that you use. Like this card means about the past. This is like the most basic one is past, present, and future. That is a spread, but there's many spreads, and you can make your own spread as you work with tarot to help you interpret the tarot, because it can be confusing and daunting and not very clear. So the oracle cards are something completely different, but very similar in the sense that you do get information, you do connect. It is divination. You do get multi-leveled information through the oracle cards. But what's so cool about oracle cards is that they come in many varieties. So for example, I'm going to use my books because that's a little bit easier, but I have my cards here as well. And this is just a few of them. I was guided to pull out here. Here we go. So while tarot, even if they're created a little differently. They follow the exact same pattern usually, not always, but usually. You have your coins, your pentacles, your water or cups, your spacing now. Totally spacing. Your wands, and oh my God, I'm totally spacing. Wands, pentacles, cups, and swords. There we go. I'm like, what is happening? And even though decks can differ as far as what is seen, what the artwork looks like, they have universal meanings to each card and to each suit. And then we have the major arcana, which is 21 cards from 0 to the full to the world, and all these different cards in between that are also universal. But they can differentiate a little bit in their messaging depending on who's making them, which just makes kind of tarot to be maybe a little bit more challenging in ways versus Oracle. So Oracle comes in and you name the theme or what that's all about, and you will have an Oracle. So, for example, this is the book for the Dragon Fae Oracle. This is the book for the wild wisdom of the fairy. So we have dragons, fairy. This is the Angels of Abundance Oracle. So we have angels. This is Nature's Whispers guidebook. So the Nature's Whispers Oracle. So this is just it's really beautiful artwork, and just a lot of different themes that cover, just like, and the imagery is nature based. Okay, then there's the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So it's shaman centric, medicine, like either plant or animal or elemental medicine centric, and the message is there. We have the Hidden Worlds Oracle. We have another shamanistic one, the Shamanism cards Crystal Medicine Oracle. This is the one that we used last week where we got the Power Animal card. We have the Starseed Oracle. And we have the Divine Feminine Oracle, and we have the Archetypes Oracle. This is one that I use in my programs with my clients to really get a good insight on their story, working through the archetypes. So as you can see, there are many different types of oracle that you can work with. Dolphin Oracle, Magician Oracle, Divine. I mean, if you look up Oracle online, like Oracle decks on Amazon or anywhere, a lot, pages and pages are going to come through for you to take a look at. And what I suggest you do is either ask somebody who has Oracle decks, like if you're new to Oracle, where should I start? Like what Oracle decks do you really like? To get some insight from people who have Oracle decks. Obviously, all of these decks I would recommend. And it really just goes, I have the Mermaid Oracle as well. I have, which other ones? Oh, I have the Sacred Geometry. Where's the book for that? Not sure. I have the Moonology Oracle as well. Here's Moonology. This is a really popular Oracle deck with people. I don't know where my book is for Sacred Geometry, but that's how the cards look. And like this, here's a example of the Sacred Geometry card, of a Sacred Geometry card. This is Expansion, Evolve and Expand. So each deck has a theme, usually a theme, and then each card has its message and what it means and why it's coming to you and what you need to know. The message is there. And what's so great about this, now if we combine last week's show about intuition and this week's show with the Oracle, the oracle will definitely help you with your intuition, with your upper level connections to your guides and guardians. And you don't need to be a psychic to work with oracle. Let's make that clear right off of the top here. Because it's so straightforward, you shuffle your cards, you pull a card in whatever way that you want to pull. People pull cards in all sorts of different ways. I've been guided over the last year and a half to do most of my pulling in a very specific way, which is shuffle, split them in two, which I showed last week, then pick a side, or pick a pile, then split them in two again, and keep doing that until I get down to just a few cards, usually 6 cards. That's how I've been guided to do my pulls. But for the longest time, I just shuffled, and either they would pop out or I would pick one that just kind of was calling to me. And it just really is however feels good to you. There's no right or wrong way to shuffle or to pick a card whatsoever. It's just do your thing, pick a card however it comes to you, and then spend time looking at that card, looking at the artwork, seeing what pops out to you. I can't tell you how many times I've pulled a tarot as well, or an oracle card. I've seen it before, but this time with this reading, with the messages that need to come out this time, other things are popping out to me that haven't before because they're relevant this time. So this will help you with your intuition. This will help you with your inner guidance, with your guidance and working with whoever you're connected to and working with, for sure. And it'll just help you get the messages and the information that you need now. And what I do suggest is, especially in the beginning, keep it simple when it comes to pulling cards. Don't take too many at a time because it might be overwhelming for you. Start with 1 card at a time. And a good thing to do is have a practice of pulling an oracle card daily. You can just work with 1 deck and pull a card daily. You can work with a few decks and pull a card from any of those decks daily. But to get you into the rhythm of that, and most definitely read the guidebook that comes with it. I've met a couple people like, oh, I never look at the book. I just go with whatever, comes to me and that sort of thing. Which I feel doing it that way really takes out a lot of the juice that you could get from the information that's coming from the oracle, because what it may say expansion, and you may go, oh, okay, expansion, I need to expand, I need to evolve, blah, 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 and whatever comes to you. But when you read the book, there's going to be so much more detail about what that card is. And as you read the book, you're opening up to more information coming through that's going to help you with that card. I also suggest taking a picture of your cards or your deck or your spreads, however it works for you. Take a picture of them. Take a picture of the book, especially if you journal. If you have an online journal, you can add those pictures. Like my clients all have online journals, and whenever they pull cards, they add the pictures, they add the books, and then they digitally underline or circle from the book what's really coming out, what's really resonating with them. So they can always go back and go, what was that reading? Or I got this card just last week. What was it that's, it's coming out again? Or I got this card 2 weeks ago, that sort of thing. And definitely when cards repeat themselves to you, that will tell you that, obviously those energies, that those messages or whoever and whatever those cards are connected to is still in play, still very relevant to you and what you have going on. So what's really great about the oracle is that you don't need any experience whatsoever other than the desire to go a little deeper in your spirituality, to get information from your guides and guardians that you need to know at that particular time. And you can do it yourself. You're empowered to do it yourself. You don't need a psychic. You don't need anybody to do it for you, especially with oracle cards. Now, tarot cards, again, that's a whole other thing. And I would suggest really taking your time, more time learning tarot cards. It's a bigger project for sure. And I don't want to turn anybody off from that necessarily, but I think the way to go to start, especially if you're not a psychic, if you're not looking to, do any type of professional work in that way, to start with oracle cards, because again, it's a no-brainer. You just go for the decks that sound and feel right to you. What are you into? There's like dolphin oracle and mermaid oracle. Like I said, there's shamanistic oracle, there's crystal oracle, there's divine feminine, like I showed you, there's the moon oracle. There's so many different oracles, and we're all into different things at different times. So you just have to go with what, look at the website, or if you go to a store, look at the different cards that are available to you, the different decks that are available, and where you're naturally leaning in and wanting to, you'll just use your intuitive abilities to guide you to the deck or decks that you should have. And take your time on acquiring them too, especially if you're not a professional guide or psychic or medium or any of those things. Take your time, buy 2 or 3 decks. 1, 2, or 3 decks is what I wouldn't get more than 3 at a time if you're new. And really take your time. Really see each one as a real true gift for yourself that you got. Take time to read the book. I'm having a hard time with this word. I want to say concentrate, but it's not. It's consecrate your cards, because each deck, it'll want you to maybe go through its own little thing to connect to the deck. So sometimes it'll say look through each card, connect through it with each card. Sometimes it's just put your hand and hold your deck to your chest kind of thing. You don't have to look at each card. It really depends with me what I'm going to do when I get a new deck. And I just go as guided. With some decks, I'm really guided to most definitely go through each card and really, look at them. I have a couple of fairy oracles that are not right here. They're by Brian Froud, and that was definitely a bigger deal when I got those in connecting with them, just because that's what it required. I've gotten other decks where it wasn't the case. I didn't have to go through each card. And honestly, I kind of prefer not to have to. That's just me, because I like surprises. And sometimes I like having a deck that I have not seen the cards for. And I've had this deck for 6 months or a year, and a card comes out and I'm like, I've never seen this card. So it's new. It's a surprise. It's like, oh, wow, this is cool. It's something that I've never seen before, but it just really depends on the deck. So follow your instincts and your intuition, and of course the guidance that you get from the book, but really revere and hold that book up, because whoever created that deck spent a lot of time channeling and getting the information, what each card meant or means. And it's really an important thing for you to take that time and to consume that information for yourself, whatever's coming through the books. So again, what you can do is get your card, do your shuffling. What I like to do sometimes before I even get into pulling a card is I will take my deck, especially if I haven't used it for a while. And I'm always sometimes I'm guided to do this, sometimes I'm not. So this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And if I was going to work with this deck right now, I would light my sage, and I just take a couple cards at a time and put them through the smoke to clear the energy around them. So we're starting off fresh with your oracle, and then you shuffle however way you want to shuffle. Again, get your card or cards. Again, I only suggest really starting with one, so you can just concentrate on that and there's not too much going on to distract you. One card is really good enough to start off with, especially, you know, given most decks really are standalone, but also most decks will come with some type of spread, you know, that you could do as well, which is fine. Like, let's see, this is the Divine Feminine. I'm not sure if there's spreads with the Divine Feminine, maybe not, but I know there is with Moonology. Let's take a look here. Well, could have sworn there was. Okay, here we go. The Celtic cross spread, that is in tarot, that's probably one of the most well-known ones. The 3-card spread, past, present, future, like I said, that's like super basic. So you could do that also with Oracle as well. But like this says here, what are these cards for? Creating your life. By thinking about the cards you draw, you can decide if you like what you're currently creating for your future, or if you can do something to change the path that you're on. Planning your life. If and when you like the cards which come up, you can start to make solid plans. The cards will always tell you the truth. Very true. Predicting your life. Once you start to become familiar with the cards, you will see that you can make some very firm predictions based on them. And that's universal. That's what's in the Moonology book, but that's totally universal when it comes to any Oracle deck. It can really help you, give you insight. If something comes up, it says, oh gosh, what would it be? Let's say, let me just see one here. This one here, a time to give rather than take. So if you get that card, it would be like, okay, what's this about? Like, you may not know exactly what that's, you know, what is that about? And you may need some time to really think and reflect. Definitely read what the book says to help with that. But sometimes, yeah, you may get cards that you're like, oh, that's not, you know, that kind of puts me off a little bit, or what's that about? But they're coming out for a reason, and you may need more cards to support that, or to just think about it. Sometimes you just need some time to just think about it, for it to be, what is this about? Or who is this about? What part of my life is this about? You know, those sort of things. But overall, I find for myself and for my clients, and when I do lives, when I get cards for people, I almost always use Oracle cards instead of tarot cards, because again, they're straightforward, and it's not just left to the psychic's interpretation. When you get an 8 of Wands and a 3 of Cups and a 10 of Pentacles, and I go, okay, well, this is what this means, and this is what's coming to me. You're really having to rely on my interpretation, my psychic abilities, and whatever else is coming into play to give you that information. With Oracle, it's really, really clear what those messages are about, and you may be a little confused by them, but they're still very clear. It's still very, very clear. And sometimes it's just, it's validation. It's motivation, it's healing, it's instructions on helping you with really what you need. So I think that covers Oracle. Claire, welcome, Claire. Thanks for being here. Okay, so if anybody has any questions about Oracle cards, please chime in about them. And I would just say at first, and what I tell my clients to do who haven't had Oracle cards yet, is to just carve out some time for yourself to go online, find a website that you like, that works for you, to search and shop for, again, no more than 3 decks at a time. I would say you could just start with 1. If you're having a hard time choosing, then get 2 or 3, but really take your time with each one, and use them as this external guidance to help you on a daily basis, or maybe you get into a rhythm where you're pulling cards for new moon and full moon or the beginning of the month, things like this. You can, whatever you want to do. Sometimes I'll go, personally, I could go a few weeks without, nope, I'm not getting anything to work on cards for myself. And all of a sudden it's like, go grab that deck and start pulling because you need those messages. And it's just, it can be random like that. But the more that you work with them, the more that you get into them, the more that you'll be connected to them and the better that they'll work for you. So with all that said, if we don't have any questions about the Oracle, I'm going to see here which Oracle we're actually going to work with, because this is what I do in every one of these lives. I do a little energy update. Then I do Oracle. Today I got into, at the beginning of this live, a little bit from one of my favorite stores that I'm partnered with, which is Sweetwater Labs. I really didn't get into an energy update, but I guess I will right now before we get into the Oracle. This past weekend, we've had a lot going on. 9/9 was on Friday. We had Mercury retrograde beginning officially, although for about a week and a half, we were in the shadow, the front end shadow period of Mercury retrograde. And then we also had the beginning of our Stargate, our September Stargate from 9/9 to 9/19. So we're officially in the Stargate right now. And also we had the full moon in Pisces on Saturday. So it was I called a fat burger, a fat cosmic burger of a lot happening energetically, spiritually, cosmically, all of the things that you may have felt a little, reports coming back was feeling like a bit less energy, a bit kind of that like weighted feeling where you're just like not into moving around a whole lot and doing a whole lot physically, just being more still, being more quiet, being more on your own, that sort of thing, not really intermingling possibly, or if you did, that could have been overwhelming for you. And these energies are in play and continuing. Now, for more on all of that, and another thing, wasn't just Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde made the 9th retrograde going on right now. So it was a lot of nines. It was 9/9 the Stargate. We had, and we have 9 planets or asteroids in retrograde right now. It's a lot of retrograde energy, which is really wonderful and super rare that there's so much of that going on. Mercury made the 9th one. The other ones have been in play for either a couple weeks or few months. Some planets are in retrograde for almost a whole half of the year, really depending on the planet. And in my podcast that I released on Friday, which you could get to from any platform that you listen to podcasts from, or from my direct website, thehealingbutterfly.org, was all about all of that stuff. So that's why I'm not going to get too much into it here, because I'm just going to give this overview, because if you want to get deeper into all of these things, please go and listen to my podcast. It was episode 154 on the Evolve, just like this show, the Evolve Now show with Infiniti. That's the Evolve Now podcast with Infiniti. You can find that anywhere. Listen to it directly from my website. And I get into what every single retrograde means for you, so you can consume that information from and it was all the planets and the asteroids. So we had Vesta, Cryon, and Juno are all in. Those are asteroids that are all in retrograde, as well as the planets Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, obviously Mercury. I think I'm missing one, but yeah, 6 planets and 3 asteroids in retrograde currently. So for a deep dive into that, please take a listen to my podcast. And think I got into it just a wee bit in my newsletter. I do a weekly newsletter on Substack. So if you don't get that yet, if you subscribe to either of my websites or directly to Substack, it's Infiniti's Magical Moments newsletter. That comes out every Friday, and I give a roundup of what I did over the week. And thought this was plugged in. What is happening? Hold on for me 1 second, people. I do a roundup of what I've done all week. So with my live here, with articles on Medium, with my podcast, and of course there with the interesting. Why? Bear with me, people, as this has been plugged in, but it's not charging. My plant. There we go. Okay. It's a little bitchy as far as it goes in this way or it goes in that way. Okay, so we're set there. So anyway, my Magical Moments newsletter will give you a roundup of what I did all week and extra whatever I am guided to put in there. So that comes out on Friday. But the main bulk of all of this information is going to be on my podcast. And again, that's still in place. So just because it came out on Friday and all of this happened and started on Friday and Saturday doesn't mean that this energy is done with. It's definitely not. The Stargate goes on for 11 days. Mercury retrograde goes officially till the 2nd of October, and then another week or two after that we'll be feeling those energies. And this full moon in Pisces is definitely going to linger more than just the official 3 days of the full moon energy before it starts to be a waning, gibbous situation, because we'll still feel that. It's a very intense full moon. So anyway, there's that. And that stuff is just, still in play this whole week. So there is my energy update for the week. Okay. So now let's get into an oracle. I did get into oracle in general and what these are for us and what they do for us, and I hope that I've piqued your interest, if you have not worked with them yet, to see about oracle cards for yourself. And there's also online options. So there's websites and apps that are for getting oracle readings. I forgot about that. So if you want to test this out digitally, you absolutely can go to your app store and do a search for oracle cards or oracle deck. And there's going to be several, because now what they're doing when they're creating oracles, and this is what I'm creating, and I'm creating 2 oracle decks, three. One is a spirit animal oracle, and another is an archangel oracle. Another is an infinite blessings oracle that I'm working on. But anyhow, now what a lot of publishers are doing when they're creating oracles is they are making a digital version. So an app, or at least on a website where you can go, and it has this shuffle technology to it, however they do that. And then you pick a card, and then it tells you what that card is. So you can try this for yourself before you invest in an oracle deck. And I guess that would be the other thing to talk about with oracle decks, is how much they cost. And they're usually between $15 and $40 or $50, depending on the deck. My this one here, the Mystical Shaman Oracle, I think that you're going to find this one pretty much everywhere for about $40. It is a more expensive one, but typically they're going to be right around $20 to $25 for an oracle deck. But again, you can try them online before you invest in them, just to see what that's like and what that feels like for you. Okay, so I think that's it as far as all that goes. I think we're going to get into the this one is really calling to me. This is my unicorn. Magic of the Unicorn Oracle. And I don't think it was one of these books that I had over here. So, of course, I'm being guided to an oracle, but I don't have my book right here. I mean, I should. Because I just am not seeing it. So bear with me, people. it? Oh, how strange, because I know I've recently worked with it. Let me just double check that it wasn't in this pile, but I'm pretty certain that it wasn't. Yeah, it's not. Well then. Ooh, what's that? Ah, there it is. You're hiding between two bigger books. I'm like, they've got to be here. So this, remember, I mentioned the mermaid. So this is the Oracle of the Mermaids. Another beautiful, beautiful Oracle deck. I have quite a few. Not as many as some people do, though. And here is the Magic of the Unicorns. Really beautiful Oracle and very much real when it comes to the energy and connecting to the unicorn. So if you're somebody who loves unicorns or drawn to unicorns, I would definitely consider getting this deck. It is really powerful, very beautiful, I could say that for all of these. So, and I usually do. Okay, so let me move a couple things here. Have my book ready. And I'm going to show you what and how I shuffle and pick a card. And we just are going to get one card because this is a general reading. And usually when I do work with people directly anyway, a lot of times I'll just get one card because the one card we can use and talk about or channel from for 30 minutes easily. Easily. So like I said, getting more than one card can just be a lot to process, and typically just the one card gives you a good amount of information and insight and stuff to think about and to absorb. So like I said earlier, what I'll do sometimes when I'm guided to is light my sage and put the cards 2-3 at a time through the sage just to clear the energy of the cards, whatever was attached to them last time when I did a reading, and just to start off fresh, especially with divination. You want to start off fresh energies, all that good stuff. Okay, so let me turn this down. I did this last week and it worked really, really well. So let's do that again. Okay, so I want you to see what I do here. Take away, there's the shadow here. Hopefully not too much in the way. So I've got our deck. I'm going to take it, shuffle, and what's really interesting is that sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot before I'll feel that like, okay, it's good. I don't need to shuffle anymore. Some decks, like this one here, my Hidden Worlds deck, I tend to have to shuffle for quite some time before I'm guided to pick a card. It just depends on the deck, depends on what needs to come out, depends on how the shuffles need. Whoops, that was a fail. Depends on, I don't even know, but I just go as guided when it comes to all this stuff. I'll also shuffle like this, mix them up. Now, again, this is a general read for us, for all of us. And my computer is doing some really weird things right now. What is happening? I don't even know what is happening. Sorry, guys. Okay. I shouldn't have put that on my computer. I had gotten some water damage to my computer, and touching it upsets it, and I put my torch on it. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. There really wasn't anybody on YouTube anyway. Usually I have more people on YouTube than on Fireside, and I don't have any people on oh, there we are. I don't have any people, it doesn't look like, on on YouTube today, which is interesting. Yeah, nobody's there. Just me. All right. So be it. Okay, I'm going to go again. And one last time. There we go. And I'll just hear it. I'll just know. There, that's it. That's the last one. I can't explain it more than that. Just is what it is. So this is a way that I'll pick a card almost always. Like I said, for the last about year and a half, I was guided to do it this way, which was shuffle, split it in two, almost try to get it as exactly to halvesies as you can. If you're going to follow this method. And then just take a minute to tune in. You don't want to rush through this. You don't want to do oracle when you're upset. So you get into a fight with your boyfriend or your mom, your best friend, or your roommate. Don't go getting into tarot or oracle. You want to be in a good, open, positive, or at least neutral state of energy, mind, and spirit before you start working with any cards, because that will absolutely dictate and get in the way of messages that need to come through. So I guess that's lesson number one here. So center yourself. Again, you can light some sage. I always have candles. I have 3 candles. You can't see them, but they're here. And candles are really great for clearing negative energy from your space and also drawing your spirit team to you, or your spirit tribe, your guides and guardians, your guardian angels, whoever you want. And if you're working with specifics like the unicorn, what you're going to want to do, just take a moment here to welcome them in specifically. So if you're working with the mermaids, if you're working with the fae, take a moment to open up to those energies coming through specifically, because that's what these have been, that's what created them, and that's what's connected to them. So you want to take a moment to take a couple deep breaths, close your eyes, think about the unicorn. And if you're unfamiliar, I mean, everybody knows what a unicorn is, right? So just think about the unicorn, that beautiful horns, that energy, that very positive, loving, deep energy of the unicorns. And then I will just, again, just intuitively know or hear left or right or 1 or 2, things like that to help me make it clear for me. So I'm going to go with that left side. I keep, or it's just where your eye will naturally go. And that's what happens with me a lot too. It'll just, my eye just keeps going to one side or the other, or one card or the other. And I'll just know that is the card that I need to pick. So here we are again, splitting. And this time I'm going to go with the right side, and we're going to split one last time here. And I'm going to go with this left side, because that's where all my attention, my energy, like it was like this other side didn't even exist. And that's how I know. And then I take the cards. Like I said, there's usually 6 that come out when I do this, but sometimes there'll be 8, sometimes there'll be 5. And this keyboard is so in my way right now, but it is what it is. Oh, it's because there's stuff in the way. I'm like, I usually had even a little bit more room. My perfumes are in the way. Okay. So I'll just line them up. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So we have 6 cards here that we're left with. And the intention is 1 card. So I'll pay attention. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes when I'm working with somebody directly, I'll be guided to let them pick from this point forward, which is really fun. And I'll just get that download, like, oh, let them pick. It's their card, let them pick, which I liked. I love that. I think it's really cool when I get that. Of course, working with yourself, you're just going to tune in, take a look at every single card, take a deep breath, get OCD about their placement like I do. like we're building something here. And then just let it come to you. Let yourself feel that. Sometimes I'll work with a pendulum as well, but not usually because it'll just come to me and I don't need that. Unless, like, again, if I'm working with a client, I'll use my pendulum and I'll go above. Let's just do that now, just for kicks. So here's my one of my pendulums. This is a rose crystal pendulum. It's already, I touch it and it starts going. I don't even have to really do much other than hold it before it starts going. I'm going to move my mic a little bit here. Hopefully you guys will see. So what I will do is I will go right on top of each card. Hopefully you guys can see this. And if it just keeps going forward and backwards like it is right now, that's neutral. It may take a minute before it starts to go in either direction. And what that means is if it goes counterclockwise, that means that's not the card. Oh, and that's where it's going. See how it starts to change? And it started going counterclockwise over this card, which means that's not the card. So we're going to go to the next card. It'll start with this neutral back and forth business. And it'll either go counterclockwise or clockwise to say this. So counterclockwise is no, and clockwise is yes. So again, we have a no here. So not that card either. We're going to go to the next card. I'm going to take a moment here for it to do its thing, connect with this card, and let me know yes or no. This is also really helpful when I'm working with my clients as well. Not that I need it, but sometimes I'm guided to, okay, again, no. No here. And you can see I'm not moving it from here at all. It's moving. And how that works is that the info of yes or no is coming from my higher self, and my higher self knows yes or no. So it's saying no, not this card. So next, the fourth card. Oh, we're getting a big swing here. I don't know if you guys can notice the difference here between the other ones. Whoa, this is really big. And $100 million, we're going to swing yes on this one. Yep, there it goes. It's going to take a minute. Oh, my own finger's getting in the way. But there it goes, starting to go. See the difference here? So clockwise versus counter. Now it's my clockwise, obviously, not from your perspective, from my perspective. And it started. I love that. Love how you can literally see when I got to the right card, how that neutral swing was just big time. And then how it started to go clockwise here to let me know that that is the card. And it's even getting bigger and bigger, where I'm going to need to get out of the way here. If I continue here, it'll just kind of, it's getting really, really strong and going really, really fast. It's moving me. I'm not moving it. Just please understand that. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. We're not going to take any more time with that. This is our card. Card number 13, creative solutions. Think outside the box. View things from a higher perspective. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I know there's some glare. So one thing about these cards that I don't love is that they're shiny and they pick up light, but there you go. Oh, and another announcement. This is in my hello again. This is in my Substack newsletter that I have left IG. No more Instagram for me, and no more Facebook either. I wasn't on Facebook for over 20 years, but I hired a coaching coaches, I guess the best way to put it is my icons coaching, and they're on Facebook. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to get on for them to be part of that whole deal. And yeah, just not, Facebook is just definitely not for me. I've expressed it like being on Facebook is like going into a casino where it's just ding, 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 chime, chime, chime. People just everywhere. There's just this lower level like energy of kind of, money and materialism and that sort of thing going on. And I don't really resonate with that. But that is kind of what it's felt like to me. It's very clicky and whatever. So I'm not on Facebook anymore. Also not on IG anymore. No more Instagram. Same thing. Just if it's very commercialized, it's recommendation or commercial media versus social media, which is true, chronological, no algorithms, no ads. And that's where Vero True Social comes in. So if you want to follow me on Vero, it's Vero. It's for on both iPhone and Android, and you will love the experience. It's absolutely amazing. They make it so easy. It's a very supportive community as well, which I love. And you can find me there at Infiniti_963. And I hope you do. And I will be posting this card on there so you could take a better look. But here we go. Card number 13. So what do we have here? We have it looks like a jar with see the top of an acorn. So there's like this kind of vessel thing with a diamond heart and this adorable squirrel and a indigo butterfly. And of course, that beautiful unicorn. And it looks like a full moon. Is that a full moon? It looks like a full moon. Or it could be the sun. I'm not really quite sure, but it has that really intense illumination energy. And again, creative solutions. Card number 13. Think outside the box. So we're going to go to the book, to read what it says about this. I'm going to put on my glasses so I don't have to struggle so much. Okay, here we go. Think outside the box, view things from a higher perspective. Your life lessons are presented to you as a series of challenges. It is how you deal with your circumstances that allows you to progress along your path and pass the test. Even when a difficulty seems insurmountable, your unicorn will remind you that there is a solution to every problem. So look at every aspect of the situation from a higher perspective. See with spiritual eyes, listen with compassionate ears, and send love to every person involved, however troublesome they appear to be. Oh, that can be a tough one. But it is necessary. It does help you to clear energy around you when you do that, for sure. Whatever the trial or setback, love is the universal solvent that transmutes everything. It allows magical solutions to emerge that your conscious mind could not imagine. Very, very true. We heal through love. Everything heals through love. Everything grows through love. So our problems, our challenges, our setbacks are also, wow, I think I just got bit. I'm going to need some of that. I just talked about how she sent me Sweetwater Lab. Sorry. It's just very distracting. It's very distracting because something just bit me. And I just talked about how she just sent me this bug spray that I haven't had to use. And I was like, hopefully I won't have to, but I'm going to try it out right now. Usually I just use Himalayan salt on any kind of bug bite or itch, and that works perfect. Ooh, that smells good. Oh my gosh, that smells really good. Because it's itching. It's distracting me, so I can move on here. Sorry, I totally interrupted myself mid-sentence there. But yeah, any setback, any challenge, anything like that is definitely meant to test us in some way. How are we going to get through this? What are we going to choose? And if we put love at the beginning, at the forefront of trying to figure things out for ourselves, how to get past whatever challenge that is, it's definitely going to help. Most definitely. Okay, continuing. Receiving this card suggests that you are either going through a test right now or will do shortly. It is a rite of passage on your path that will open a door to something better. You have the courage, tenacity, and spiritual strength to handle any challenge, but this may be a time for meditation, negotiation, or a complete rethink. Examine everything with wisdom and act with diplomacy. Then the outcome will be better than you anticipate. When you raise your frequency above that of a difficulty, I got a little spider right here. With that of a difficulty, it can no longer have an impact on you. So I'll read that again. Examine everything with wisdom and act with diplomacy. Then the outcome will be better than you anticipate. When you raise your frequency above that of a difficulty, it can no longer have an impact on you, or as big of an impact on you. Use your creative mind to think outside the box. Ask your unicorn for help and stay open to its responses. So that's really key right there. Is what is the advice? What is the directive that the cards give you? And they're always going to give you some advice. They're going to say, this is what's going on. This is the message about that. And this is the advice on how to shift your thinking around that. And this is what to do about that to help you. There's always going to be that for you in the oracle, which is really cool. It's not just like, like go outside and get some sun. It's like there's always going to be more there to help you, to give you information. And in this oracle, it's actually, we get even more. We get more direction. Sometimes it's some little meditation. Sometimes it's an activity to do this, and it also has an affirmation. So it says, find solutions, draw a box, write your problem or challenge in it. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Invoke your unicorn and sense it beside you. Ride on it into a higher dimension. Your unicorn pours diamond light into the box and it opens wide. This already sounds amazing. And I'm already feeling this energy shift. This attracts magical solutions. Picture the situation totally resolved for the highest good. Ooh, I love it. And affirmation, what is that? Oh, there. Sorry, couldn't read that because it's super tiny and in italics. Affirmation, there is always a solution. 100%. There is always a solution to every problem, every challenge, every roadblock. Sometimes we need to make U-turns. Sometimes we need to go around stuff. Sometimes we need to literally go in reverse. That's where Mercury retrograde will definitely come into play. But I love this. I love this right now. I love this because usually it's just more of a like meditation. It doesn't start with the whole, I mean, not always, and I have not seen every single one of these cards. This is one of those decks that I wasn't guided to look at every card. I was just guided to concentrate it. I can never say that word right. I can say it in my head, but it doesn't come out right. Consecrate. That's it. Consecrate it. Consecrate it and connect to it, but I wasn't guided to look at every single one. So anyway, I love this. Personally, I definitely have a challenge going on in my life, and it is ongoing, and it has been very difficult. And it's been extra difficult because I'm dealing with a level of unfortunately evil, and I don't say that lightly. So it has been extra challenging for me than normal. That's just me, my personal, just sharing a little bit of my personal experiences going on right now. So I welcome this because it's like, you think you've got to go this way, you got to go this way. And sometimes there's many, many more avenues to take, and we can feel threatened. We can feel attacked. There's so many things that can go on to give us a challenge, but the more difficult that challenge is, sometimes the tighter we close up to guidance, the more defense mode, the more, angry or frustrated that we get with certain situations, and it can really close off our higher perception of this. So this is the kind of thing that is so great with the Oracle to help us say, like, okay, well, there's only so far you go on your own. So why don't, if you get this card, there's a challenge going on that you need help with, and you need more creative, you need a higher perspective, a more open mind, more open heart. You need to come at it with love in different directions. And also employ the divine guidance and the divine magic and energy of your unicorn. And just like a guardian angel, everybody has one. Everybody has a unicorn for them as well. And that's what it's talking about here. Draw a box, write your problem or challenge in it, write possible solutions, however fantastic and implausible. Oh, I missed that spot. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I didn't read that the first time. So draw a box, write your problem or challenge in it, write possible solutions, however fantastic and implausible outside of the box. Then close your eyes and breathe deeply. Invoke your unicorn and sense it beside you. Ride on it into a higher dimension. Your unicorn pours diamond light into the box and it opens wide. This attracts magical solutions. Picture the situation totally resolved for the highest good, and just let yourself simmer in that, marinate in that energy. Because what we invoke, what we connect to energetically, especially if we have that highest good intention, then that magic, that alchemy can start to come into our actual this dimension here. So we can most definitely bring in magic into our experience, but we have to first have an open mind, have an open heart, believe that this is actually available to you, because it is, and then go through those motions. So what we're going to do right now, I'm not going to have us go through this whole thing because we each have our own thing going on, but what we are going to do is go right into our spirit walk meditation at this point. Feel free to do this exercise later. I'm definitely going to do it later. I love this so much. This is the first time I've ever seen this card. Like I was saying, first time I've ever seen this card, Creative Solutions from the Unicorn, and I definitely need it. I could use some creative solutions for dealing with the thing I've got going on. So definitely play this back for yourself, or if you haven't written these down, play this back for yourself. I am also going to be posting the pages of this oracle. So from page 52 through 54. And also the card I'll be posting on my Vero later on. So if you guys want to check that out. And again, I encourage you to get on Vero, check it out. It's absolutely beautiful. And they also have a desktop companion, and there's awesome photography on there, but they are really, really big on creators and lifting creators up, promoting creators, introducing creators, and all of that. But seeing it on the desktop is really cool too. So anyway, again, Vero, True Social is where you're going to find me. No more Twitter, no more, not that I really did it. I kind of dipped in and dipped back out as I've done before with Twitter, but I do no more IG and no more Facebook. So it's just going to be exclusively Vero from now on. And it looks like several of my clients are following me there too, which is really cool. So anyway, let's get into this spirit walk. And I think what we're just going to do is, honestly, I don't know. And I never really know, but I am thinking that it has something to do with these unicorn. So I'm going to have some of my tea before we dive in. Alrighty. So, first off, I want some music that I haven't had. Normally I have music going this whole time, but I did not. But I definitely want to put on a little bit of music for our spirit walk. We'll go to a 999 frequency is what I'm being guided to here. The yawning starts to happen when I begin to connect spiritually, as well as my ears popping and all that good stuff. So this is a 9 hertz, a 99 hertz, and a 999 hertz. Infinite healing golden wave, perfect to use with the unicorn because they're all about that golden energy with their horns are just gold and light just comes out of them. It's just so beautiful. So I don't like to have it too loud to where I feel like I've got to talk extra loud above it, but that is going on. Oh, well. Yeah, it's getting a bit fuller in here with the energy. So if you could please close your eyes. Either you could be sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce on a bolster, in a chair, on your couch. You can lay down if you need to lay down, and that is more comfortable for you. But first off, you're just going to make sure if you are sitting, I'm going to assume we're going to all be sitting for this. Want to have your shoulders back, your spine in alignment, including your head up, your chin up, so your spine, your spinal column, otherwise known as your ascension column, and all of your chakras straight up and down. And we're going to take a few deep breaths here. In and out of the nose, please. Oh, wow. And just get centered in your space. So what I do is I channel all of our divine counterparts from Mother Earth Gaia, Archangels, the Fae, the Myrrh, the Unicorn, the Galactics, and your own ancestors, animal spirits, spirit animals, and I just get downloaded quickly on what we are to do, or how I am to instruct you on what to do. And usually when I start to connect like this, it does make me yawn just because the energies are coming through. I can't really say exactly what it is that provokes that, but it always happened, as well as a like popping in my ears. It's like if you're going up a mountain and the altitude is getting thinner, you're going higher up. That's the kind of physical and energetic reaction that I will have to literally connecting to those higher beings or dimensions and realms. So please bear with me when it comes to that. It's just this energy, spiritual connection thing that goes on. You may feel a little tingly. You may feel just warmth. Whatever it is, just go with it. So being guided to tell you to take really steady and slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. Really concentrate on this breath, this new air, this life force energy coming in through your nose, passing through your sinuses, down through your throat, in and through your esophagus, into your lungs, and feeling that energy then be magnetized through your blood, through the oxygen in your blood, through your entire body. I'm hearing that we need some clearing. There's some negativity that's stuck to us, within us, around us. Could be very much related to this challenge, whatever that challenge is that we have going on. So if you have something like that going on, there's some type of challenge, situation, experience ongoing in your life, something that does require a higher point of view or outside the box solutions and magic to really come in and help you with this, just have that, kind of written on the wall. You don't want to think too much about all the details here, or else that will distract you. If it's about a person or people or situation, just kind of let them and their energy and who or what they are to you, the relationship that you have to them. This could also be about a job, some other type of circumstance. This could be personal or with your career, your business. But there's definitely going to be something that's going to definitely float up to the top to say, this is what this is about. If you don't have anything like this going on for yourself right now, congratulations. But what you can do is just when it comes to just the overall essence of your life and your journey, to think about anything that is in remnants that was a challenge, or anything that, was negative that you were a part of or connected to, and that you want to release those energies to just lighten the load energetically, spiritually, physically, for yourself to move forward. So this is just about clearing some negative energy. And what you can see, how you can perceive this is like, okay, so silly string. Silly string is coming up. And just like if you're in a silly string fight and somebody's spraying you and you're spraying somebody else, and it's kind of everywhere and it's sticky and it's on you. That's kind of the web of what negative energy, it just kind of sits on top of you. And if it sits there for too long, you will absorb it. It will become a part of you and your vibration, lowering your vibration, closing you off, making you more tense and anxious and stressed. Also, it could very well cause physical alterations. You can start having a problem with your body in one way or another, or multiple ways, when negative energy gets into the system. So aside from cutting cords or resetting cords, energy cords, and you can read my ebook on my website about that. What you can easily do is work with your guides and guardians energetically in this way. Really connect with your body, connect with your space, open up to all the magic and the divine beings that are connected to you personally and universally, that are connected all of us, which are the ascended masters, the archangels, again, the Myrrh, the unicorn, the Galactics, the Fae, Mother Gaia herself, your ancestors, spirit animals. All of them are possibilities to assist you, to come to you, to help you in various ways, either singularly or collectively. But the key is to take so it's like you need a doctor, you go to the doctor. You don't just sit at home and wait for the doctor to show up to help you, right? You need to reach out. You need to create that space for help and healing. So by doing this, you're saying, okay, there is negative energy. There is a negative experience. There is a challenge that I need help with. But first, what needs to happen is we need to clear some of this negative energy that is getting in the way of the transmission, that's getting in the way of the signal, of that higher perspective, of the higher divine information, of those magical solutions coming in to help you. Just think about, tuning into a radio station, or when there's interference with your Wi-Fi, stuff like that. And negative energy can definitely affect those things as well. But, you as a energetic, spiritual conduit for higher level information, if you are bogged down with lower level negative energy, which are the lower frequencies, fear, definitely fear, hate, shame, judgment, anger, sadness, depression, any type of anxiety about a situation, any of those feelings and emotions are negatively heavy and very, I guess you could say thick and dense, that get in the way of the higher vibrations and the higher perspectives and connections coming in to you, and definitely gets in the way of magical solutions and paths and timelines opening up for you. So, when you're like, oh, I'm stressed, I'm unhappy, I'm depressed about a situation, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, any of those things, and what it does to you physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, we get heavy. There's no doubt about it. When we feel good, when we're happy, when we're peaceful, when nothing's in our way and things are going great, we feel light, right? We feel light. We can, we almost feel like a floaty sensation. And that's because we don't have those dense negative energies weighing us down and pulling us down and getting in the way of the higher level information. So you want to take all this and really consciously, in your conscious logical mind, think about that and what that means and how that translates energetically. And what I'm getting here is this bound up with that silly string. It's like it's bound up. Of course, silly string is actually, if somebody's going to spray silly string on you, it's not going to be heavy. It's not going to stop you in any way. But the negative energy that surrounds whatever situation is going on for you, whatever this challenge is, or if you have multiple, think of those challenges as being bound, like you've seen in pictures and movies and TV or whatever, when somebody's tied up. I'm not seeing it as rope though. I'm seeing it as like metal chains. So extra heavy, extra dense, extra constricting, really very limiting to how you can move around. And I'm seeing it like our arms are either like up, like kind of crossing ourselves at the chest, or they're bound to our sides, either way. But being tied up by these metal chains and not having the key, feeling like you do not have the key to be able to unlock and escape this trap, this entrapment of this challenge or challenges. So it's okay. Let yourself feel that, perceive that energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, feeling bound, feeling tight, feeling restricted, feeling trapped, whatever those things are. And another thing too, side note, during the time of Mercury retrograde, during the time of the Stargate, again, we just started the Stargate on Friday. It's going to go, so from the 9th to the 19th. This is when we have these timelines or have timelines that need shifting, dissolving, or need to be created. So through challenges, things will happen to dissolve those timelines, or things will happen to solidify timelines, or to create new timelines. So think about that for yourself. What's going on for you? What's happening at this time? How you may feel constricted or trapped, whatever this challenge is, and really see yourself bound up by this energy, because it's real. It's definitely real, and it creates a challenge in other aspects of your life. So if you think about being bound up by chains and then having to do the regular things that you do, and how hard that would be when you're bound up, and how much more of a challenge everything is because of the original challenge or challenges, let's say. So the first thing to do when we work with our energy and clearing energy is to acknowledge the energy. That is at the top and the forefront of what you need to pay attention to is acknowledging. So I acknowledge that I am in a challenging period. There's a challenge, there's an experience or a person that's very challenging to me, and I'm not sure how to get out of this. I don't have the key. I feel limited. I feel frustrated. I feel upset, and I need help dispersing this energy so I can be free to receive and move forward in love, through love, to the highest possible timelines. So bring that in for yourself, that awareness in for yourself. Acknowledge that, however, the truth of that is for you at this time. And now the unicorn are going to come in. Well, they've been here, but they're going to come in a lot more, I guess the word that's coming to me is saturated, just a lot more visible. If you can visualize, if you can actually see them, they're in a formation in a circle around you. So around every single person that's doing this in the present or in the future, they're coming in a 360 around you. There are 8 of them. So it'd be like 3 on each side, 1 in the front and 1 in the back, and they're in this formation around you. They're about 4 to 5 feet away from where you are. So close, but not super, super close. And their entire body is glittery and shimmery and luminescent and sparkly. They work a lot with diamond light. So there's this gold and diamond energy that just comes off of them in their bodies, and their eyes just light up. They're just beautiful with their eyes, and their emotion, their love that they feel, and all that they know and are connected to. They're so beautiful and wise and aware and connected. And then of course their amazing and beautiful horns, golden horns that direct their energy and their magic. So what they're going to do is lower their heads, and all of them are going to be directing their light to us, their golden unicorn light to us. And what they're doing is helping us dissolve these chains, this feeling of that energy that keeps us limited and bound and constricted and confined and feeling trapped. So if you can perceive that energy, I see it as just very dark linked chains, like almost these black chains, and they're big. and they're just wrapped around me. And the unicorn are coming in, and they're directing that energy directly at these chains, this dense, dark energy that makes me feel very confined and restricted and frustrated. And they're saying, this doesn't need to be there. Sorry, it's making me emotional. This doesn't need to be there. Let us help you. We love you. We want to send you love, and this love energy that's coming from all of us 8 unicorn directly to you. First, they're going to concentrate it to your chains. And just like, putting iron in the fire, it takes a minute or two for that iron to get hot, for it to change from this dark color to then getting redder, and then it turns into this orange, and then it finally becomes this like white hot. So really picture iron going from that black, going into the fire and going through those stages of heat. First red, then orange, and then bright red again, and then finally and eventually this yellow, white, hot. Of course, this is not going to burn or hurt us in any way. It's just going to it's literally changing the composition of the energy around us, of that dense, negative, heavy, hard, constrictive energy that we're feeling for whatever this challenge is that we have going on in our lives right now. Or maybe it could have been a situation from the past, but it's still lingering. You still feel that energy around you, still feel constricted. That's coming through as well. So let yourself look at the chains and see them starting to change in color. And take deep breaths here. And they're going to start to dissolve now. They're just going to start breaking away and falling apart and just kind of lifting up. Like with that like energy that just lifts up, they're getting transmuted. So however you may see them, but they're starting to fall apart. And breathe into that as they're starting to fall apart. And feel that lightness starting to come and not feeling so constricted. They're saying that this is the first step in the process of the writing in the box and writing outside the box and doing all that, is first feeling this, acknowledging it, and letting them come in and help us dissolve this dense energy, this lower level density that we have around us. They're saying you need to feel free, because the thing is that you are free. You are free to rise up and raise your frequency and get that higher perspective. You are free to accept this extremely high level healing and guidance that wants to come through for you. You are free. This is an energy that you've allowed to be around you, to constrict you, to frustrate you, to entrap you into repetitive thinking of negative energy and thinking of whatever that is. So the truth is that we are free to release this energy, to be unbound and unchained by the circumstances of whatever test or challenge that this happens to be, and know and believe and know the truth of that, and know that every challenge is just put in play to help us evolve, to gain wisdom, to move on, to create timelines that are going to take us to a higher level. But a lot of times this comes in first as a challenge to really show ourselves what it is that we're dealing with and why, and how we feel about it, and whatever else things that may be connected to it. So accept that truth, that we really don't need to be chained or condemned to any way of being because of this circumstance or these challenges. And really see the chains falling apart and not being there, and all of this golden light coming in and coming straight at us. And now that the chains have transmuted, either fallen away, and Gaia is coming in to say, if you've seen these links and these chains falling away or falling to the ground sort of thing, know that she's absorbing that energy and she is transmuting that with her beautiful magical self and being, and going to be using that energy, because energy never dies. It just changes and shifts in its vibration and what it's being used for. So she says, we're going to take this energy that's been negative for you, and we're going to turn it into something positive. She says, witness a caterpillar being born and eventually becoming a butterfly. That's the one vision that I'm seeing right now, is that. So imagine this negative energy that you've had around you, that it's going to be transmuted to create this beautiful being of a caterpillar, finally and eventually rebirthing itself through the cocoon process. And she's saying that's part of what you're doing too. So it's very symbolic here. The rebirth, the metamorphosis, the changing, how this situation or these situations that you find yourself in as the challenge, going through the process is going to emerge you into a better, higher, lighter version of yourself. And she's putting in that, she's taking that energy and it's connected to you, so you can have this connection to that energy still, but in a very positive way. And it's going to create this infinite loop going from you to that butterfly energy and back and forth, and connecting you more to Gaia through that process, more to Mother Earth. So that's something that's going on here with those chains that were so heavy, turning them into something light and beautiful, still connected to you. That's going to do this loop back through and to you now. That's going to help you rebirth yourself into the future of your journey. See pathways, golden pathways, branching out in front of you, all like straight ahead and to the left and to the right, and they're all golden. All the possibilities are golden. And then let that energy, the unicorns are still sending their beautiful golden light energy directly to us. And let that hit you straight in the chest, straight through the back, all the way around this upper body, your heart space, and absorb that beautiful golden light from the unicorns, from their horns. And what they're evoking with us is a clearing energy of density, and they're bringing in the light. They're bringing in the higher vibrations, the golden vibrations, and also the diamond light vibrations, diamond energy, single refractive diamond energy. It's what they use in lasers because it's light comes through it and it stays singular. This is going to help us be very conscious and intentional about receiving and about doing what we need to do to help us through these challenges. So see and feel that energy coming through you. Feel it and see your chest. If there's a mirror right in front of you, see in the mirror your chest lighting up golden and sparkly like a diamond, and all of that light going through your entire body, up through your throat, to your face, your head, your entire head lighting up with golden light and reflecting like a diamond. Think of how a diamond reflects light. Take that energy through your back, your spinal column, your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to your hands. See your hands in the mirror being lit up, golden diamond energy. You're shiny, you're sparkly, all the way down your torso, your abdomen, your hips, your butt, even your naughty bits, down through your legs, both thighs, front and back, down to your bones, your knees, your calves, all the way down your feet, all the way down to your toes, until you're completely lit up with this beautiful golden light and shimmering and shining like a diamond. And repeat after me. I can dissolve and change and transmute the energy around me to connect to the highest vibrations, connected to universal love. I accept this love, I receive this love, and I release any densities within me regarding this or any challenge that I am connected to, any problems that need solutions. I am open to receiving. I am a vessel for the highest possible energies of love and guidance, bringing that to me, magnetizing that to me, sending away the lower level energies, the dense and negative energies that have bound me and trapped me. They no longer exist, and now I am sitting here completely lit up, golden diamond light, receiving and transmuting, and feel it from skin level, through your muscles, through your tendons, through your organs, all through your blood. Witness your blood going through your body and it being lit up and golden as well. And just let yourself soak up this energy and really pull it through. And again, if those situations, those peoples, the circumstances of your challenge, think of all of them and all of it, whatever that it is, whatever it's connected to. See all of it lit up and golden. Sending your love to each and every aspect of the problem or the challenge. And go big here. If it's a person, see them as the person, but see them in the space that you are used to seeing them, whether it's their home or an office, a building, wherever. See all of it lit up in golden. See all of it, everything it's connected to, lit up and golden. You projecting this energy to it. This is your magic coming through. Now that we've eliminated this density, and we are connected with this beautiful golden and diamond light energy, and we're sending that through. We're sending it to these people or the situation, the circumstances, the experience, and everything that it's connected to. See it in a big bubble. Like, you know, when kids play with action figures and they create this whole scene, this whole world, see everything and everybody that it's connected to in this bubble, and all the players and all the details are in this bubble right in front of you, and put it all in there and then light it up. Big, beautiful golden bubble for you, and everything that's connected to it is in this bubble as well. This will start to change the energy, the chemistry, the frequency of the challenge. And then what I'm hearing is most definitely follow this up with those instructions that were given in the book from the unicorn on how to get real practical solutions and open up to the magic more and more. And see whatever resistance and challenges and anything that's really negative, see those things being transmuted as well. And however way you may see that and perceive that for yourself, just know and feel and see that it is happening. Whichever way that works for you, that's coming through for you. This is doing real energy work, will alchemy with yourself and your timelines and everything that's connected to it. You're creating these paths in this bubble of time and space where it really exists. It's a separate type of reality that you're creating to tap into and work with this in the highest possible way that can be done for the good of everyone involved, and just open up your heart to unlimited and infinite possibilities for resolutions and solutions to move forward with your journey and with your path in life, to move to your destiny in the best and easiest way possible. And they're saying to say, I accept these changes coming. I put myself in a position to make magic happen, to receive the magic that can come to and through me. And I will be a vessel and a channel for love and solutions and everything in the highest possible good from this moment forward. And so be it, and so it is. And take a few deep breaths here. Really anchor into this for yourself. Again, I release and I receive. I am open to the magic in all highest possible timelines for the good of myself and everyone involved. So be it, and so it is. And please stay in this space for as long as feels right to you, at least a couple of minutes. And get back into your body in a slow way. Drink some water and sit and contemplate on what just happened and how you feel. Hopefully you feel lighter, you feel more hopeful, you feel connected, you feel more love coming through you. Remember that beautiful caterpillar and the butterfly. And it's always a good idea to review these in your conscious state out of meditation, so you remember. Really solidifying the alchemy and the magic into your wake state and reality, your 3D reality dimension. And I want to bid you adieu and thank you so much for being here with me Thank you for joining me here in the live or the replay. I'm going to say goodbye for now. We'll be back next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific for a new installment of the Evolve Now show live with Infiniti. And I hope you join me then. Until next time, bye for now.